Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to another funny, explosive episode of Surviving Monique and Surviving Her Daddy. And we are surviving D.L. Hughley's birthmark, okay? This is pure survival at this point, okay? So I'm going to need for everyone to come in the building, and as I always say, smash that like button, share this video, because this is pure survival at this point. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Miss Red, you know, Evelyn in the building, Antonio. We got Paul in the building. Paul, you know what it's going to. You know what it's going to be. There's nothing but survival over here, dude. D-Dot, always in the motherfucking building. D-Dot, it's getting crazy, guys. I can't make this up. We're surviving D.L. Hughley's birthmark and wherever he got it removed. Because I know that birthmark, I don't know if you guys remember when D.L. Hughley always had that birthmark. Where I used to think, I told y'all, I thought it was a facial hair. I used to think that was facial hair on the left side of D.L. Hughley's face. I thought it was a part of his beard, but it was a birthmark. I've been told y'all. That's why we are surviving D.L. Hughley's birthmark and we are surviving D.L. Hughley's little dreads. This is pure survival at this point. And we must take this surviving episode right now very serious, okay? This is for all the parents that are out there that can relate to D.L. Hughley. Surviving the fact that I can relate to D.L. Hughley just a bit, okay? Because D.L. Hughley, his daughter, haven't spoke to the man in weeks, okay? His daughter ain't talked to him since the Club Shay Shay interview with Monique and her daddy. And her father. You know, Monique and her daddy. These two motherfuckers look like two criminals right now. I'm not gonna lie, Monique. Listen, I love you dearly. But you two right now look like, you know, two gangsters that's about to go set it off right now. You know what I mean? You Queen Latifah, and I don't know who this is. This might be Jada Pinkett. This the motherfucker that got on the bus and left with the money. Everybody else got shot the fuck up. This is Jada Pinkett right here. This is pure survival at this point, guys. And like I said, I'm going to say this right now, as I always do. Allegedly, D.L. Hughley is threatening to sue both these motherfuckers. D.L. Hughley feel like Monique and her daddy, Mr. Peanut Head Daddy, destroyed him and his daughter's relationship. Now, since I know that there's a lot of parents that watch my show, I'm going to get your opinion on what you guys feel about it. Because my whole thing is, I don't know what D.L. Hughley's relationship was with his daughter before Monique said what she said. I don't know the relationship. And I told y'all, listen, I go way back with Monique as far as a comedian. I come from from Eddie Murphy to Martin to Living Color. Like, I come from that comedy. So I got love for D.L. Hughley. I got love for Monique. I'm not taking nobody's side. I'm just going off of what I see. Okay? I've been talking about Monique's daddy and the fact that this motherfucker never shut up. He's always talking for her. You know what I mean? It's like she can't never speak for herself. But I also said, I get it. As a man, you standing up for your woman. We all get that. You know what I mean? Like, if my woman, you know, got into some shit, I know as a man, I got to get in this and try to solve the problem with the most non-violent situation to happen. That's my whole goal. I've been to prison before. I got nothing to prove. I don't want no trouble, so I got to deframe the shit. But if I'm not gonna keep speaking for her every 5 seconds, though. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna be doing the most at all. You know what I'm saying? And they done got into it with so many people. That's a whole lot of fights. If this wasn't Hollywood, it'd have been some shit that went down. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like a woman that likes to get into fights all the time, walk around black eyes. You always getting into shit. To me, that's just It's disgusting to me. And I'm not saying that this is what Monique is doing, but I'm telling you, if this was on the street, oh, some shit would have been happened. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna have that much beef with that many people and ain't nothing going down where I come from. You know what I'm talking about? This is pure survival at this point. Because I used to be with a woman like this once upon a time, and I couldn't stand it. I'm talking about grown ass woman, and she was the chick that people would go get when they got into something with somebody. Grown ass woman. I'm not even saying no names, but I'm talking about in your 40s or on your way to 40. And you the one that people will say, look, come on. They'll just show up at the house, 7 o'clock in the morning, talking about, get your shit. Come on, this girl talking shit to me. And she'll wake me up talking about, yo, look, I'm about to go fight. And I'm like, bitch, what? You better go sit the fuck down. Because if you go get beat the fuck up, then this means I got to get beat the fuck up. Or I got to risk my freedom and my life because of your dumb shit. You know what I'm talking about? So it's levels to it. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? And a lot of people that be wanting smoke and be wanting to talk about, yeah, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna kill this person, I'm gonna beat this person up. Most of them never been in trouble before a day in their life. You know what I mean? And it'll be you, the one that go out there and get locked up or catch a homicide or get killed trying to protect a motherfucker that don't even got a felony on their record. And I don't think that that's a good thing. I don't think it's nothing cute about it. You know what I mean? It ain't about where you been. It's where you trying to go. So I'm not ashamed of the fact I've been in jail before, but I don't want to go the fuck back. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't understand these young rappers that'll make it out the hood and you still feel like you got to prove something to the motherfucking hood. Like you want to go back and still try to do hood shit after you made it. That's backwards. When you in the hood, you supposed to get the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? And ride off in the sunset. But anyway, DL Hughley is threatening to sue them because he feel like Monique ruined his relationship with his daughter. And as I said, I don't know what kind of relationship DL had with his daughter before Monique said what she said about her being, you know, the molested thing as a kid, and DL Hughley supposed to have let it happen. It was supposed to have been DL Hughley alleged friend that he's friends with still up to this day. I don't know how true that is. But DL Hughley's trying to get her for defamation of character, for emotional distress. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had no idea that DL Hughley's daughter hasn't talked to him since the Club Shay Shay interview. And Monique and her daddy came out last night talking about DL Hughley. And I just found the interview where DL Hughley was talking about her, which I did not know. This is pure survival at this point. You know what I mean? And Monique still, up to this day, I don't know if she know that DL Hughley's going through with this lawsuit or not. I don't know. But it doesn't sound like she care, because she's still talking about DL Hughley dad. This is pure survival. If you hear it, she was just talking about his daughter last night.
They left here with no money, and they left here knowing that they was fighting for a community that told them to kiss their ass. So for those of you who keep saying, Monique, why you talking? Because damn it, the little girl that comes behind me, hopefully the story gets different. Maybe 100 years from now, somebody might want to say something about Monique. I hope that little girl knows, God damn it, don't give up. Don't let people talk.
And you know the funny thing about Monique and her daddy, when they get to ganging up on some motherfuckers or whatever? It's so funny when you watch these two live. These motherfuckers will cry on the live. Like, you'll be like, damn, I feel so sensitive. Like, they'll make you want to cry. And then they'll get into gangster mode. Then they'll be going off on motherfuckers, calling each other daddy and mother and all this shit. These two motherfuckers is crazy, guys. I'm dead ass serious. I know they got to smoke weed, they got to take pills, they got to do something. You know what I mean? This is pure survival at this point.
Shit on you. Don't be unafraid.
But she's still talking about his daughter, though.
Be unafraid to keep standing.
She's still talking about his daughter, not even caring.
In reference to when his daughter spoke out, the reason why we stopped and still offered to have a conversation with him to resolve the situation was not out of fear of his daughter doing something. It was out of love for you, DL, because it would be no different than the street we came up on. You might get in a fight with little Tony down the road, but you see Tony's mama coming down the street with them bags, you better go get them bags. I'm not tripping off of what happened between me and Tony. That's his mama. That's your daughter. So we weren't going after you anymore. We weren't even gonna bring you up. But you went on, was it Jason Lee?
Yes.
You went on Jason Lee.
And I didn't even know on Jason Lee, DL Hughley was only just saying how it affected his daughter and his relationship. You know what I'm saying? But Monique, like I said, with DL Hughley ready to sue them, she still don't care because she continued to talk about his daughter and him allowing her allegedly to get, touched as a kid and did nothing about it. Monique still don't give a shit. This is pure survival at this point. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Like I said, do y'all feel like it's her fault that she's ruining DL Hughley's relationship with his daughter? Or is he overreacting and this is just him being mad at her and her, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I just know that Monique is still talking about his daughter and she don't care what the little girl going through. Because DL says she's going through like a mental breakdown because the world knows what she went through. So this it's kind of deep.
You wanted to share what?
That I am the cause of the rift between you and your daughter. D.L. Hughley, because you're too afraid to sit down with us, as we've said repeatedly, hey, brother, let's have a conversation and let's do it publicly because our community could really heal on how we can resolve this. But you keep running, and then you keep running your mouth. And after we spoke on you last time, it was like, okay, cool. But when I watched you sit there with Jason Lee and you said, Monique is the reason I have a rift with my daughter, you're the reason you have a rift with your daughter, DL. Stop trying to run away from the fact that you did not protect your baby. And let me be clear with you about something.
Wow. You see what she's saying? Monique is like, dude, I'm not your fault. It's not my fault that you got a problem with your daughter, sir. It's your fault because you didn't protect her. This is what Monique is saying. So like I said, she might already know D.L. Hughley is about to file this lawsuit against her because she's standing on it. Like, she's not taking it back. Look, some people saying, Monique, you are trouble, goddammit. Because Monique, this is my whole thing. Like I said, I'm not taking no sides, but you got to think that this, I don't even know how old D.L. Hughley's daughter is. But you are a grown woman. And I think that you and him, if y'all gonna have some type of issues, y'all should keep it between y'all two. Cause now his daughter is really, really affected by that. You know what I mean? And I kind of feel some kind of way because I don't know his daughter's personality. You know, you got some kids that'll take their own life, which is not a good thing to do, from depression, anxiety, or certain things that means a lot to them that hurts them. So Monique, I feel like you need to think about that instead of just thinking about the trauma and the beef that you got with DL Hughley. I don't think that when you got beef with anybody that you should put any kids, any family members. I don't feel like that. If I got an issue with a motherfucker, I got an issue with you. Surviving the fact that if I got an issue with you. I'm not bringing nobody else in it. It's just me and you, goddammit. Just me and you. Just the two. I was trying to think of that song from Boys in the Hood. I think it was Higher Learning. I forget, goddammit. But Monique is still standing on it.
Let's have a conversation and let's do it publicly because our community could really heal on how we can resolve this. But you keep running, and then you keep running your mouth. And after we spoke on you last time, it was like, okay, cool. But when I watched you sit there with Jason Lee and you said, Monique is the reason I have a rift with my daughter, you're the reason you have a rift with your daughter, DL. Stop trying to run away from the fact that you did not protect your baby. And let me be clear with you about something. I'm fighting for your daughter. Because I was that daughter too that had a daddy that did not protect me when I told him I was molested. So I know what that baby's sitting in, and I know what she's dealing with. And though she's a grown woman, I know the trauma that brings. And this ain't no shit that I brought to the table. You did in what you posted.
And I feel like with Monique saying that you know what it's like, Monique. You know what the girl is going through. So why are you still rubbing it in? Like, why are you still keep rubbing it in? You know what I mean? I'm not saying that DL Hughley is right. Honestly, guys, I'm only thinking about the daughter. And I'm going off of what I'm hearing. Monique and her father. God damn it. And I talked to Maury Povich, and Maury Povich said that this peanut head motherfucker is the father, god damn it. That is Monique's father. But no, Monique doesn't care. She still keep bringing his daughter in it regardless. And I just feel like that part, to me, I just think that is wrong at this point. Even with Monique's son coming out saying everything that Monique's son said, if D.L. Hughley wanted to be a messed up dude, he would interview her son. I ain't gonna front. I'm Petty McGretty. If Monique kept talking about my goddamn daughter, I'm going to interview your son. Surviving the fact that I would interview your son. I will let your son go live with me and tear you and your daddy up, Monique. I'm just telling you, and I'm not taking sides. You seen what 50 Cent did with Rick Ross. He went out and got his baby mom and interviewed her, took her shopping and everything. And he ain't take her window shopping. He took her for real shopping. So if you keep talking about my daughter, because I know that it hurts when your kids are not speaking to you. I don't care what parent that you are. If you got a heart and you love your kids, it's going to bother you. Even when these motherfuckers are grown. My youngest daughter just turned 19. She called herself not talking to me for a couple weeks. You know what I mean? And it was killing me inside. My daughter, 19 years old, but it was killing me inside. I'm like, what the fuck did I do? I didn't do shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't drink no more. I'm like super positive, so there's no reason. I'm like, why the fuck ain't my daughter talking to me? I'm telling her mom, I'm getting sick of this shit. She like, I'm gonna talk to her. No, Jamil, it's not like that. She just busy. She just always in the studio because my daughter is an entertainer. This is why I be surviving Diddy Glover and surviving Russell Simmons and his creepy looks and his creepy yoga challenges and shit. You know what I mean? Like, I take that real serious because I have a daughter that's in the acting, in the comedy, and in the singing and modeling. This is a true story. And she got an album coming out and everything. But she want to do it herself. This is why I ain't put her out myself, because she wants to have her own identity. I had to accept, because I'm like, I can put you on my motherfucking platform and you're going to have thousands of people. Why? She like, no, Dad, I want to do it myself. So she wasn't ignoring me because I did anything wrong, guys. She wasn't ignoring me because of that. But I was hurt, goddammit. I don't care how old you is. You're still my goddamn baby. You're still my goddamn baby. And I miss you, goddammit. But she been calling me and shit and texting me, Daddy, I love you. I miss you. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, I love you too, goddammit. Just stop doing that. I want to talk to you. I want to hear what's going on with you. You know what I'm saying? But that's how it happens, when you're a parent. God damn it. So D.L. Hughley and his dreads and his birthmark is going through it because his daughter not talking to him because of Monique. So I understand that part, guys. This is pure survival at this point. And Monique still don't give a damn.
All this, but you keep running, and then you keep running your mouth. And after we spoke on you last time, it was like, okay, cool. But when I watched you sit there with Jason Lee and you said, Monique is the reason I have a rift with my daughter, you're the reason you have a rift with your daughter, DL. Stop trying to run away from the fact that you did not protect your baby. And let me be clear with you about something. I'm fighting for your daughter. Because I was that daughter too, that had a daddy that did not protect me when I told him I was molested. So I know what that baby's sitting in, and I know what she's dealing with. And though she's a grown woman, I know the trauma that brings. And this ain't no shit that I brought to the table. You did in what you posted. What you posted. I'm getting so sick of you not taking accountability or responsibility for your words, brother. Never would I try to hurt your family, your wife, your daughter. That's not even in me.
Yeah, that's shit. Like I said,
fresh squeeze.
Monique is pretty much not taking accountability for it.
Can we get a round of applause?
From what it sounds like.
Say
It
yes
sounds like
to
she
simple.
don't care. In my opinion, I don't think she care. I think she more.
I spoke about you, but it shows too the lack of manhood that you have to try to put it off on your wife and your daughter. That's the lack of man. And then I'm getting sick of you making these comments about who's daddy's daddy, and as if I'm with a gay man. I'm tired of that, DL, because here's the one.
Now listen, shout out to the LBG community. This man right here is Monique's daddy, and he's not with the LBG community. He's not against it. You know what I'm saying? But he's not gay. And DL Hughley, I guess, on his show, people saying that he is or he allegedly supposed to be, I don't know, but Monique feels some type of way. If you say anything about her motherfucking daddy, now she don't care. All bets are off when you talk about her daddy, goddammit. She don't care. When you talk about her daddy, she going right at you. Y'all got to smash that like button, guys. We are surviving DL Hughley's birthmark, and we are surviving Monique's peanut head daddy, and we are surviving Monique and her not giving a shit.
On your wife and your daughter. That's the lack of man. And then I'm getting sick of you making these comments about who's daddy's daddy. And as if I'm with a gay man. I'm tired of that, DL, because here's the one question I would ask you, brother. When you say who's daddy's daddy, who the hell is the friend? What kind of relationship did you and this man have that you would not protect your daughter? Maybe that's why your daughter's having a problem with you, because the reality is setting in that you loved a man and you don't want to inconvenience your relationship with this man. So when you get...
Was it a man?
I'm sorry. You're right, Daddy. He said his friend. So we...
Wow, she said, I'm sorry. You're right, daddy. So Monique is exposing. This is another thing, right? Why I see why DL Hughley is threatening to sue her, allegedly, because Monique still like I never knew that the person that allegedly molested his daughter was his friend. You see what I'm saying? Monique's still saying stuff that we never knew. And his daughter is watching this shit. Like, and she still don't care. Clearly. Now, did y'all know that the person who's supposed to touch his daughter was his friend? And she said, yeah, you didn't protect her from your friend, and you're still friends with him, and you're more worried about protecting your relationship with the man that, violated your daughter. Yo, this is crazy, guys.
On your wife and your daughter. That's the lack of man. And then I'm getting sick of you making these comments about who's daddy's daddy. And as if I'm with a gay man. I'm tired of that, DL, because here's the one question I would ask you, brother. When you say who's daddy's daddy, who the hell is the friend? What kind of relationship did you and this man have that you would not protect your daughter? Maybe that's why your daughter's having a problem with you, because the reality is setting in that you loved a man and you don't want to inconvenience your relationship with this man. So when you get...
Was it a man?
I'm sorry. You're right, Daddy. He said his friend. So we don't know. And DL, see, you keep playing. Who's the friend? Say the name to make sure that friend doesn't do it to anybody else. Who's the friend? Or are you still so in love with this friend that you're going to protect the friend? See, I don't mess with nobody, y'all. That's not how I'm built. But when you keep putting your mouth on me and you keep running your mouth, I'm not the one that's going to back down, DL Hughley. You know what I appreciate about Shannon Sharp? And you have people say, he's not a real journalist.
This is pure survival at this point, guys. Listen, please forgive me. Smash that like button. Share this video. We must meditate. We must meditate because this is pure survival. We are surviving DL Hughley's birthmark, and we're surviving Monique and her daddy, and we must meditate. Because these two, they love each other so much. They are Bonnie and Clyde. They don't give a damn. They are in love so much, so we must meditate, and they're sticking together. We must meditate. This is pure survival. Someone to care, someone to share. Lonely hours and moments of despair. To be loved, to be loved. Oh, what a feeling to be loved. They are so in love, guys. And Monique never been in love this much before. Someone to share, someone to miss your way. Yeah, to be loved, to be loved. Oh, what a feeling to be loved. Wow, this is pure survival, guys. To be loved, what a goddamn feeling. This is pure survival, and this is why Monique calls him her daddy, because she loves him. So we must respect it and we must understand. But to get DL Hughley's point of view for why he's going to sue Monique, he explained it pretty much. He explained it. And we must listen to DL Hughley and get his side. Because this is pure survival at this point.
If you travel,
You know what I mean? This is pure survival. And y'all got to understand, we must meditate. Because this is very important to meditate. This is very important. But DL Hughley says it right here.
It's not a fair example a slice of life for us, and we've always been, like anybody has been, competitive.
That was like a Blueface and Krishan interview.
It was like Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. It was like anybody who's competitive. I just didn't like how predatory and messy it was. And I hate that I was involved. I hate that my name came. It galls me that my name was involved in it. And that I'm sitting at home, somebody mentions you, and you're like, wait a minute, and
for those who missed it, do you want to say, what did he say?
Well, here's what I will say.
Yeah.
That whatever was said is not for me.
Yeah.
Whatever was said is opened up a wound in my daughter that we're arguing about right now. I've never had much in my life, but the love of my children I've always had. And something jeopardizes that, I can never forgive you for it. Just for some bullshit.
And the interview wasn't even intended for you, so
how did he work?
What was that even interview about? I mean, was it just?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I can't tell you what it was about. I can tell you this: that before it happened, I knew it was happening because my daughter called me. My youngest called me and like, this is gonna happen, and she's in therapy and crying because she knew that people were gonna automatically know about what had happened to her before and what, and it makes it just. I'll never forgive you for that.
See, so his daughter is in therapy right now. D.L. Hughley' daughter is in therapy, and he's like never going to forgive Monique for this, and he feel like she is to blame why his daughter is going to therapy. And like I said, I don't know what D.L. Hughley's relationship was with his daughter before this, but he feel like Monique is the one who ruined the relationship, and this is why he allegedly ready to sue her. Like this is and her daddy.
For those who missed it, do you want to say, what did he say?
Well, here's what I will say.
Yeah.
That whatever was said is not for me.
Yeah.
Whatever was said is opened up a wound in my daughter that we're arguing about right now. I've never had much in my life, but the love of my children I've always had. And something jeopardizes that, I can never forgive you for it. Just for some bullshit.
And the interview wasn't even intended for you, so
how did he work?
What was that even interview about? I mean, was it just?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I can't tell you what it's about. I can tell you this: that before it happened, I knew it was happening because my daughter called me. My youngest called me and like, this is gonna happen, and she's in therapy and crying because she knew that people were gonna automatically know about what had happened to her before and what, and it makes it just. I'll never forgive you for that. That now I'm in a compromised situation where I'm with something I genuinely love. I ain't loved a lot. I love my children, and to feel like I couldn't protect them, and that plays out over and over again, it's something I won't forgive you for. I won't.
And the thing,
and it was transactional. To do what? I write jokes. I talk shit. Come to see me. I write jokes. I've done 11 comedy specials. I write fucking jokes. This is what I do. I could never mention that person's name and still be funny. I don't have to do that. But when you take something from me that I've never had before, in full display, just for your own pleasure, I fucking hate you for that.
So I'm not surprised D.L. Hughley filing a lawsuit on Monique. Y'all hear it clearly. He feel like for what she did, mentioning his daughter and what she went through, he hates her. And the word hate is a strong word. You hear him say he hates her.
For your own pleasure, I fucking hate you for that. I hate that happened. I hate that she did to them. So.
Well, the thing about that show, that interview in particular.
So DL is scoring right now.
And
like he like, fuck that. I hate Monique. I hate her for what she did and messed up my relationship.
It's like when somebody calls themselves a genius. I don't know that. I know that I have watched everybody or watched many people from all kinds of genres, and he would register in any era. So I don't know what that means to people. I know he's one of the best I've ever seen.
So, and you guys are friends?
Yes.
Still. Okay. So the Club Shay Shay interview you're talking about with Monique and whatchamacallit, the guy. We're gonna get into
just
in the show in general.
Yeah, I'm talking about how I end up in an interview on Club Shay Shay with Monique.
Yeah.
Where I had you Why am I in this?
I remember when, I recently on my podcast talked about Monique because Monique was going to come on one of my last shows and she had privately recorded Tyler Perry and she sent me the audio clips and she wanted to put it out, but she wanted to do an interview. And then they didn't come and then they were supposed to come. It was a mess. And the thing that I thought was interesting was like the way she was treating us.
So that's kind of crazy that it's showing that Monique, remember when Tyler Perry said Monique is hard to work with? Now, salute to Hollywood Unlock. This dude that's interviewing DL Hughley said Monique was supposed to come on his show, but he was having problems with her to get her on the show with her daddy. So what a coincidence that everybody that want to work with her are saying that they get some kind of problem with her. I don't know.
With Monique.
Yeah.
Where I had why am I in this?
I remember when, I recently on my podcast talked about Monique because Monique was going to come on one of my last shows and she had privately recorded Tyler Perry and she sent me the audio clips and she wanted to put it out, but she wanted to do an interview. Then they didn't come and then they were supposed to come. It was a mess. And the thing that I thought was interesting was like the way she was treating us in the show and just disregarding her commitments it was, my sweet babies. It was this passive aggressive, nice nastiness situation that I had experienced. So when I saw what was happening between you all, in particular, that when it first started with that event where you all were you were going to headline something.
Well, let's be clear.
Yeah.
That event was precipitated by a thing where she said she appeared on my radio show. Mm-hmm. I wasn't there.
They played a game.
They played a game called What Would You Do? Mm-hmm. And she felt so insulted by that game.
So in the game, she was given the option.
And I can't even tell you what the question was because I wasn't there.
I got it. She went on your show. You were not there.
I wasn't there.
And she played a game that all your guests play, right? And the game, as you talked about, Would You Rather? And she was asked if rather would her husband, manager, and sidekick, who's always standing next to her in every video,
her daddy,
Sydney Hicks, would have protected sex with Precious director Lee Daniels or unprotected sex with video vixen Karen Stevens, who's Superhead. Right. She got mad about that. She asked that it not air. I think it was cut out or didn't air. And then she still made that an issue.
Right.
But then targeted you.
Right.
Who wasn't there.
And you know what the biggest mistake?
So this is the reason why Monique, if y'all don't know, smash the like button. Salute to the 1,200 people in the building. Monique and his beef actually started because DL Hughley invited her on his show, but he wasn't there that day. The people, his host that was working for him, asked certain questions that Monique didn't like. Then that's when his beef with Monique started. This is how it started. So I see why DL Hughley is pissed off, and I see why Monique is on her shit too. Like I said, I'm not taking no sides. I'm just listening to what I'm hearing. This is pure survival at this point.
Saying yes.
To cutting it out?
No, saying
See,
yes.
Look, DL Hughley feel like his worst mistake was to work with Monique for saying yes to let her on his show.
Rather, would her husband, manager, and sidekick, who's always standing next to her in every video,
her daddy,
Sydney Hicks, would have protected sex with Precious director Lee Daniels or unprotected sex with video vixen Karen Stevens, who's Superhead. Right. She got mad about that. She asked that it not air. I think it was cut out or didn't air. And then she still made that an issue. Right. But then targeted you. Right. Who wasn't there.
And you know what the biggest mistake I made? Saying yes.
To cutting it out?
No, saying yes to having her on the show. Oh. Because you got to remember, at that time, she wasn't welcome very many places. Mm-hmm. I'd always have a level of respect and actually love for Monique. Mm-hmm. I'm like, come on. Even though I'm not there.
Even after she was canceled. Toe over
exactly.
Sucker,
So we don't get about that.
Toe over the sucker dick.
Right. I'm like, I'll fuck with you. Come on. Mm-hmm. Even though I'm not there. She says she didn't want the bit to run. The bit didn't run. Mm-hmm. What are we arguing about?
Right.
It wasn't because you called your lawyer. Fuck your lawyer. I got lawyers.
Yeah.
It's because somebody I respect and love said you should.
And you see what DL Hughley said? He said, you want to talk about your lawyers? Fuck your lawyers. I got lawyers too. So clearly he reached out to his lawyers to get her for defamation and ruining his relationship with his daughter. Salute to the 1,400. You guys got to get them likes up, though. You know what I mean? This is pure survival. Smash that like button and share this video. DL Hughley got his lawyers, and he don't care about Monique lawyers at this point.
Even after she was canceled. Toe Oprah
Exactly.
sucker.
So we don't care about that
Toe
part.
Oprah to sucker dick.
Right. I'm like, I fuck with you. Come on. Even though I'm not there. She says she didn't want the bit to run. The bit didn't run. What are we arguing about?
Right.
It wasn't because you called your lawyer. Fuck your lawyer. I got lawyers.
Yeah.
It's because somebody I respect and love said you shouldn't do that. But then you make it an issue. You decide you're going to make something that never aired only became public because you said it should.
Nobody knew about it.
Exactly.
Then why you didn't drop it afterwards?
Then, the day we played Detroit, all I had to do was say no.
Yeah.
I'm not going to play it.
Yeah.
But
So what Monique had a problem with about on DL Hughley's show with her daddy, DL Hughley is saying they erased it. They never put it out. So he don't understand why Monique just outed him on Club Shay Shay. That's like if you come on my YouTube platform and you say you don't like what was going on, can I not put it out? And I don't put it out, and then you diss me later on when we never put it out. Like, I understand this right now. I really do.
respect and love said you shouldn't do that. But then you make it an issue. You decide you're going to make something that never aired only became public because you said it should.
Nobody knew about it.
Exactly.
Then why you didn't drop it afterwards?
Then, the day we played Detroit, all I had to do was say no.
Yeah.
I'm not going to play it.
Yeah.
But I still stupidly went, nah, we different. So, if I thought I had any antagonism for you, if I were trying to fuck over you, why would I expose myself to bullshit unless I believe that I was being cordial or respectful to you? Why would I do it?
But once she said don't air it and then you don't air it, how does there become a beef?
I don't know. You got to ask her. But I can tell you this. If I'd have said no 2 times, I'm not in it.
Right.
You know what I'll never do? I'll never not do what I've always done. I'd rather get fucked over and have to deal with it than be a different man than I've always been.
But if the Bible says you know better, you do better, why wouldn't you do
because
it?
Because I'm a man who believes that the one time I say no could have been the right time to say yes.
So she says don't air it, you don't air it. You're not even there. You don't even ask the question.
No.
But then you get drug into a beef that you don't start. And did that come out before the event that you were headlining that you brought her into?
Listen. Here's the truth. I ain't gonna work with nobody I don't want to work with. I won't do it.
Well, you don't have to.
I won't.
Yeah.
How did we get on the show together? Unless I said yes. If you were the headliner, I'd have needed you to say yes. I didn't. I didn't even know anything was wrong until I was on stage and she was shitting all over me. And the first thing I said, my manager came.
Wait, why?
Now, if y'all remember that show, that comedy show that she had with DL Hughley, that's when she first came at DL Hughley. He didn't even know that they had a problem until she went on stage and started airing him out, his daughter, his wife, all of that shit. Like, he explaining the whole thing. That's why I can see why he gonna try to go through with this lawsuit. He pretty much breaking it down.
Have to.
I won't.
Yeah.
How did we get on the show together? Unless I said yes. If you were the headliner, I'd have needed you to say yes. I didn't. I didn't even know anything was wrong until I was on stage and she was shitting all over me. And the first thing I said, my manager came.
Wait, while you were there?
I had no idea what was happening until my road manager, Lou Oliver, came up and sweat was on the top of his head. Man, this motherfucker crazy. I had no idea what was happening.
But you're in the building.
I was in the building.
And she's on the stage
upstairs,
talking shit.
But I had no idea. I come downstairs. He tells me what happened. I go downstairs and I go, what was happening? Here's her problem. Here's to me. Fuck me. Fuck everybody. Write a joke.
Yeah.
Be fucking funny. Be funny. You asked for this Netflix special, and then you shit in the bed. You didn't tell one fucking joke.
Right.
You cussed like they were giving you snacks after every time.
It wasn't.
So don't sit up and tell me. And here's the thing. She made a great point.
Now, for whoever saw Monique's stand-up special, the one she just came out with, I didn't see it. I never actually watched it, but I didn't get a lot of good reviews on it. But DL Hughley, like, the moment you got a chance to tell jokes, to do stand-up, to not talk shit about nobody, literally do the gift that you got that she shitted on herself, is what he's saying. So I don't know who saw the Netflix special. Like I said, I'm not taking no sides. I didn't see it. You know what I mean? I'm just reacting to the shit.
Here's to me. Fuck me. Fuck everybody. Write a joke.
Yeah.
Be fucking funny. Be funny. You asked for this Netflix special, and then you shit in the bed. You didn't tell one fucking joke.
Right.
You cussed like they were giving you snacks after every time.
It wasn't.
So don't sit up and tell me. And here's the thing. She made a great point about how women are not appreciated.
Wait, can we talk about the Netflix special? Wasn't good.
It wasn't. And here's my problem with that. You were right when you raised the point that women aren't appreciated. They're under respected. That the onus one's on you to be even better, to be worth every minute of it. It was the most unremarkable bullshit I've ever seen. Fuck being mad at me or Tyler Perry or Oprah. Write a goddamn joke. You got a daddy and a pen.
Her manners are daddy.
So don't be mad at that.
So he's saying, forget all the beef you got with Tyler Perry. Forget all the beef you got with Oprah Winfrey. We all know all about that. Write a joke is what D.L. Hughley is saying. You or your daddy write a joke. If your daddy write the jokes for you, you go say it. However it worked. This is what D.L. Hughley is saying. Please do not kill the messenger. This is pure survival. And salute to the 1,700 people in the building. Share this video, like, and subscribe.
You didn't tell one fucking joke.
Right.
You cussed like they were giving you snacks after every time.
It wasn't.
So don't sit up and tell me. And here's the thing. She made a great point about how women are not appreciated.
Wait, can we talk about the Netflix special? Wasn't good.
It wasn't. And here's my problem with that. You were right when you raised the point that women aren't appreciated. They're under respected. That the onus one's on you to be even better, to be worth every minute of it. It was the most unremarkable bullshit I've ever seen. Fuck being mad at me or Tyler Perry or Oprah. Write a goddamn joke. You got a daddy and a pen.
Her manners are daddy.
So don't be mad at everybody else. And when she said, when she was on talking about my trailer caught on fire, maybe it's from the sparks from all the bridges you burned up.
Wow.
You know how God used to talk to his people? With fire. When the bush caught on fire, God was saying, hey, look.
Damn, D.L. Hughley said that Monique's trailer was on fire from all the bridges she burnt. That's crazy, guys. This is pure survival.
It was the most unremarkable bullshit I've ever seen. Fuck being mad at me or Tyler Perry or Oprah. Write a goddamn joke. You got a daddy and a pen.
Her manners are daddy.
So don't be mad at everybody else. And when she said, when she was on talking about my trailer caught on fire, maybe it's from the sparks from all the bridges you burned up. You know how God used to talk to his people? With fire. When the bush caught on fire, God was saying, hey, look, that's enough.
Yeah.
So no, I'm not, what I'm not going to do, I have tried to be as cordial as possible. Now, I got beef in my own fucking circle because of some shit you decided to do. So now we have to finish the goddamn dance.
So you're at the venue.
Wow, D.L. Hughley said, look, I got beef in my circle because of you, Monique. Now we got to finish this. You know what I mean? Like, so he pissed off. D.L. Hughley's birthmark and his dreads is upset. I can see the smoke coming out the back of D.L. Hughley's dreads. This is pure survival at this point, guys.
God was saying, hey, look, that's enough.
Yeah.
So no, I'm not, what I'm not going to do, I have tried to be as cordial as possible. Now, I got beef in my own fucking circle because of some shit you decided to do. So now we have to finish the goddamn dance.
So you're at the venue, you're in your thing, getting ready to go, you're headlining, you welcome her into your world.
And she's shitting on me for 15 minutes.
But then when you found out what she said, then you went out there and did what? Did you respond?
I told jokes.
You did, yeah.
Because that's what I do.
But you didn't bash her.
I said, what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
I said, what did I miss?
Yeah.
And she sat there on the side of the stage, waiting for me to implode. I'm a fucking man. Why would I? And I despise the notion that somebody dragged my name in. The only reason I'm in these conversations is because I said yes to you when I shouldn't. When I said yes to you, when everybody around me said I shouldn't.
So he's saying when Monique was blackballed and nobody would work with her, he said yes. I'm not going to hold back. I'm still going to give Monique a shot. I'm still going to work with her. So DL feel like she shitted on him after everybody else. Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry, everybody was like, yo, don't work with her. She's too hard to work with. Monique is going to get on your nerves. Her and her father, her daddy. You know what I mean? And DL said, no, I'm going to give her a shot. Now the man regrets it to the point to where he allegedly about to file a lawsuit against her for destroying him and his daughter's relationship. This is crazy. The whole industry, the comedy game done turned gangster, guys. Like, I'm telling you right now, like, man, when I get out there, I'm going to be like Tupac in that motherfucker. Straight up, just like daddy, come home. Just like daddy.
When I said yes to you, when everybody around me said I shouldn't. If I'd have said no, we ain't having these conversations. But because I believed you were worthy of grace, I gave it to you. And 2 times, you made me the impetus of your anger. You on a show, somebody says something to you, you don't like it, I kill it. I say yes to a gig, I shouldn't say yes to it. You get mad about a contract. I wouldn't take a gig if I didn't know what the deal was. I should have took the gig, but I didn't. And I will never let somebody put me in a position where I'm not who I am. I will always take the L for somebody I believe.
When you take a gig with somebody and it's your gig, where do you go? How do you go after that person? You go before that person. So why does that? Was that her ego?
I can only tell you this. Everything I've said is what I believe to be true. Everything else is something else. And the only reason I'm talking about this is because I hate it coming up as a narrative. When somebody, if you can say yes or no, you are the fucking person that the contract is based on. If she didn't need me to say yes, we're not having this conversation.
Right.
I never need to work with her. Never. I never need, well, she's on tour with Kat. You know why you can be on tour with Kat? Because you're available.
Wow. So basically, DL Hughley saying the only reason why Monique is on tour with Cat Williams, he said because you're available. You know what I mean? Basically saying you ain't got nothing going on. That's why you was able to go on tour with him. He like, if you had some shit going on, Monique, you would be booked. You know what I mean? To where you know what I'm saying? Like, you needed to go with Cat. He like, I didn't need none of that. This is what DL Hughley saying. Don't kill a messenger. This is pure survival.
Based on. If she didn't need me to say yes, we're not having this conversation.
Right.
I never need to work with her. Never. I never need, well, she's on tour with Kat. You know why you can be on tour with Kat? Because you're available. You couldn't call me right now and say, go on tour with me. No, nigga, I'm booked. So let's be clear. And I think there's so many people who are just as angry and fucked up as her that she's their Ahab. But she has done horrible things to a lot of people for no reason at all. And all those people did was try to help her. What am I guilty of? Saying yes? What am I guilty of? Telling you I would work with you? What did I do that was so horrible that you dragged my fucking daughter's business through the goddamn streets?
Oh, DL is mad, guys. He is mad. He using more profanity than Monique did in her comedy special, allegedly. I didn't watch it, but they said the whole special was all curse words. You know what I'm saying? Like, it said she didn't tell no joke. She just cursed the whole time. But yes, DL Hughley is upset in his dreads. I can see the smoke coming out his motherfucking dreads right now. And he's furious about his relationship getting ruined by Monique with his daughter. Smash that like button, guys. This is crazy.
What am I guilty of? Saying yes? What am I guilty of? Telling you I would work with you? What did I do that was so horrible that you dragged my fucking daughter's business through the goddamn streets? What did I do to you? besides believe that you deserve the chance. Is that a horrible thing?
But I think it's the very thing that makes us as a culture go, I ain't fuck with y'all.
Right.
You know, which is the
And,
bad.
and it makes me not want to fuck with nobody else. But I'm a fucking man. I'd rather take it on the chin. And, well, no offense, I'm talking to...
As I said.
I really would.
First of all, we're not going to...
I'd rather be wrong than a coward.
Yeah.
I really would.
So, you talked about it. I wasn't going to bring it up, but since we're there. So, she brings up your daughter having gone through a very personal experience where she was victimized.
My daughter's so angry with me, she hasn't spoke to me in weeks.
Still from that?
Yep.
But...
So y'all see that. D.L. Hughley's daughter. And for those who want to know why I keep stopping the video, this is not my interview, guys. Like, if I just let the interview play, then I'm stealing their content. Like, my video could get flagged if I don't narrate inside of watching the video. That's why I keep stopping it, okay? And I'm rewinding it to certain points to make a point. But I can't just let the whole video play out. You know, then that's a violation to the YouTube policy. But anyway, like he just said, his daughter haven't talked to him since Monique been on Club Shay Shay. Do y'all feel like that's Monique's fault? Or do y'all feel like it was something else going on with DL's daughter? That's what I want to know for all the parents. But she hasn't talked to this man since Monique said what she said. This is crazy.
As I said...
I really would.
First of all, we're not going to...
I'd rather be wrong than a coward.
Yeah.
I really would.
So, you talked about it. I wasn't going to bring it up, but since we're there. So, she brings up your daughter having gone through a very personal experience where she was victimized.
My daughter's so angry with me, she hasn't spoke to me in weeks.
Still from that?
Yep.
But it wasn't you that brought that.
Doesn't make a difference. When somebody's gone through something, they don't want...
It's their trigger.
And then when they're triggered, what do?
Yeah. Yeah, you lash out. Yeah.
And who's the best person to lash out at? Me.
But why are you the bearer of that burden?
Because I got a daughter I love, and she got somebody she needs to be mad at. It's the way it goes.
And when Monique put that business out there, and the way she did it in a very nice, nasty, it's that throw your rock, hide a hand. I don't know how to explain passive-aggressive way.
No, it's not passive-aggressive.
She intentionally did that.
She did. Because I have no idea why. And what I don't understand is why my daughter's trauma would win an argument for you in a contract dispute. I don't get it. I'm not a victim at all. I take the fucking slings and arrows where they are. Not her. I ain't talking about you or your people. I'm not talking about... She talked about my dog. She said, he has a service dog. I ain't got a service man.
You don't talk about a brother's dog. You know what I mean? People, period, love their pets. I used to be a cat lover, and I still am a cat lover. And if you talk about my cat, I take that shit personal. It's on. So she was talking about D.L. Hughley's service dog. And he said, well, you got a service man. Said that Monique's daddy is her service dog.
I'm not talking about... She talked about my dog. She said, he has a service dog. I ain't got a service man. I bet you my dog does more for me than that dude does for her.
Whoa.
But we're here now. And we're here now because you taking me out of my character. Because you put me in a place when I'm angry about having to be on outs with somebody I love. So fuck everything else.
But everybody, the world watched you defend your daughter. She saw it. I'm sure she sees you.
I don't know if she sees anything, but I tell you this.
I mean, you were fighting for her. You were fighting to protect her.
I hate the position I'm in right now. I hate it. For no reason at all. If I knew you were that mad about a fucking headline, I don't give a fuck. I got jokes, so it don't make me no never mind who goes before me.
So Monique was mad at him at first because of some jokes that was said on a show, his show. He invited her onto the show. He wasn't there that day, but Monique was bothered by the questions that was asked. D.L. Hughley removed the whole show, never put it out, right? And then he ended up doing a comedy show with Monique, signed a contract, and Monique felt like she should have been the headliner instead of him when he booked her. This is what happened. He explaining it.
I mean, you were fighting for her. You were fighting to protect her.
I hate the position I'm in right now. Mm-hmm. I hate it. For no reason at all. If I knew you were that mad about a fucking headline, I don't give a fuck. Mm-hmm. I got jokes, so it don't make me no never mind who goes before me. You break something I built over 30 years, and you think it's cute? Fuck you forever.
Wow. So DL Hughley feel like F Monique forever. So yeah, I actually believe he gonna go through with this lawsuit, guys, cause he sound like anytime you say fuck you forever, he's never gonna make peace with Monique or her daddy. None of them. Like he's like, it's on, it's up and it's stuck. This is pure survival at this point.
You break something I built over 30 years, and you think it's cute? Fuck you forever.
So, you've been very open about years ago having infidelity, cheating on your wife.
Of course.
But you and your wife worked through all that over
Here's
years.
the thing.
Why she go after your wife too? Is it just hit as low as I can go?
I can't tell you that. And I am not a fucking... You know why I'm not an angel? Because it doesn't interest me. It doesn't interest me to be ethereal above the fray. I've done horrible shit.
Now listen, I'm not defending DL Hughley by any means, or I'm not defending cheating on, your wife or nothing like that. But what I will say, and this is for all the 1,600 people in here, if you've been with somebody, he been with his wife for 38 years, and you telling me that you never cheated in 38 years, and you've been with the same motherfucker, watching the same channel, listening to the same arguing headache shit, and you ain't step out once, you's a goddamn lie. You know what I mean? But do I think it's right? No. But if she stayed with him, then... You know what I'm saying? But yes, he was wrong getting another female pregnant. You know what I mean? I'm going to be honest with y'all. If y'all don't like me, then that's cool. But when I was 28 years old, I had 2 girls pregnant 30 days apart when I was in my 20s. Yes. And I was a serial cheater in my 20s. I'm not going to lie. But I'm 42 now. That was back then. You know what I mean? I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I still don't think that that's right for whatever you done wrong to put your children in it. That's how I feel. For her to put his daughter in it or for him to put her kids in it is wrong. But I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like everybody just the most faithfulest motherfuckers all our entire lives and we never cheated before or never was lying to your partner in life. You know what I mean? And I'm speaking from past tense. You know what I mean? But that's all I got to say about that. Y'all can say what y'all want to say about Jamil. But I got to be real, because I don't want this to come up years later and y'all be like, well, Jamil, back when you was in your 20s, you cheated on... Motherfucker, this was years ago, goddammit. Surviving the fact that was years ago, motherfucker. This is pure survival. But I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm perfect, because I'm not, goddammit. You know what I mean? No, I'm not.
Here's the thing.
Why she go after your wife too? Is it just hit as low as I can go?
I can't tell you that. And I am not a fucking... You know why I'm not an angel? Because it doesn't interest me. It doesn't interest me to be ethereal above the fray. I've done horrible shit. And I didn't quit because I didn't like doing horrible shit. I just got tired of breaking things. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I don't think... Listen, I was watching a movie Carlito's Way. He said, I didn't quit because like he said, I ran out of wind.
Right.
I'm just tired of breaking shit.
But I think that's the evolution of us as men, as people anyway. Like, we all go through... I'm going through my phases now. I mean, I did a lot of crazy stuff when I started. I mean, it is what it is. But the thing that I think stands out from this whole situation is, one, comedians make us laugh.
Right.
and I feel like she lives in this weird world of smoke and mirrors where like you all day long all I hear is how Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry, and Lee Daniels ruin your life, and now it's almost like you're on a mission to try to ruin everybody else.
Listen. I have done horrible things. You know why you know I did them? Because I said it.
Mm-hmm.
You know why you could talk about my daughter? I said it. I hate that I did it because I thought that I was just being open, but I forgot in that instance being open hurt somebody I love.
Mm-hmm.
Mistake, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
But I had no concept somebody would take that and destroy it.
And weaponize it against you. Yeah.
I didn't. Now, I can't say, like, it's almost like you can't say no or yes. You can't take anything back. I live with it. So it is what it is. But it is the first time I've ever said anything. It was like, damn, I shouldn't have said that. The very first time in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And not because I didn't mean it, because of the impact of it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but where do you get the strength to not burn the world down? Because, I mean...
Well, I'm going to try to.
In jokes.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Listen, I think the world should hurt. I think that it is full of itself. I think it gets to pretend like the things that it sees aren't true. And I think that the world needs a little... You know what we're fat as a country?
Mm-hmm.
Is because we like sugar.
Mm-hmm.
We're addicted to painkiller because we can't take pain.
Mm-hmm.
We are numb to the things that matter to us because we just won't feel anything that doesn't make us feel good. I think that what I try to be is an anathema to that. I try as best I can to spit in the face of all of that bullshit. Mm-hmm. Now, am I successful? No. But it is my goal.
Where does the relationship with your Monique is over forever?
Forever. Ever. I don't ever need to be in this space.
Mm-hmm.
So D.L. Hughley feel like his relationship with Monique is over. So if this man is filing this lawsuit, I can see it now. Now me hearing it, because this interview slipped past me. I didn't even know. Like, you know what I mean? People was telling me, that's why I appreciate y'all reaching out to me or telling me in the comments, yo, Jamil, go watch this or go watch that, because I might miss it. I thought when Monique and her daddy came out last night and just start going at D.L. Hughley, I said, damn, what she start bringing it up for again? But it was this interview that I missed. I had to sit and watch it because I'm like, damn, if D.L. Hughley going to sue her, like, let me see the magnitude. Like, why? But then when he broke it down, he don't got no rap for Monique no more. He's done. He's pissed. So he ready to go to court. And he said he'll never be friends with her again. He pretty much said it right here.
I try as best I can to spit in the face of all of that bullshit. Mm-hmm. Now, am I successful? No. But it is my goal.
Where does the relationship with your Monique is over forever?
Forever. Ever. I don't ever need to be in this space. Mm-hmm. You cannot do to me, to my children, even if you didn't do it on purpose, the fact that my daughter looks at me a different way because of what happened. And I'm not saying I shouldn't have said it. I'm not owning that. But that you took it out for so trivial a thing. Mm-hmm. It is like burning down a house because it had roaches. Mm-hmm. I'll never fucking forgive you for that.
He will never forgive Monique for putting his daughter business out there. And I don't know how many of y'all will forgive somebody for doing something, you know, in reference to your kids. I don't know. But this is pure survival. D.L. Hughley had it up to here, and he is pissed. And he will never forgive her. So if they go live in the courtroom, I'm going to react to the shit. I know that.
Burning down a house because it had roaches.
Mm-hmm. He'll never forgive her.
But it is my goal.
Where does the relationship with your Monique is over forever?
Forever.
Ever.
I don't ever need to be in this space. Mm-hmm. You cannot do to me, to my children, even if you didn't do it on purpose, the fact that my daughter looks at me a different way because of what happened. And I'm not saying I shouldn't have said it. I'm not owning that. But that you took it out for so trivial a thing. Mm-hmm. It is like burning down a house because it had roaches. Mm-hmm. I'll never fucking forgive you for that. But I don't have to. I ain't got to be in your space. I will never say yes to you again in any circumstance. Never. So we're good. I understand what the line is.
Now, I don't want everybody to think that I said that her comedy special was bad because he's here. I said
the reviews said it.
I said it before you guys, and the
it.
people said it.
Tell me a joke from it. You can't.
I can, that I watched it. But here's the deal. Just that I turned it on was a joke. Because
He said Monique's special was so terrible. D.L. Hughley just said, if it wasn't terrible, tell me a joke that you remember from her special. And when you do stand up, if you can't remember nothing from it, then, it says a lot. That's what I will say.
Never. So we're good. I understand what the line is.
Now, I don't want everybody to think that I said that her comedy special was bad because he's here. I said
the reviews said it.
I said it before you guys, and the people said it.
Tell me a joke from it. You can't.
I can, that I watched it. But here's the deal. Just that I turned it on was a joke. Because it wasn't what blowing powder smoke out your titty. It wasn't Queens of Comedy, Kings of Comedy. It was like you had built up so much drama about not getting the opportunity that when you got it, it just was such a disappointment. The jokes weren't funny. It just everything about it, the creativity wasn't there.
Then we don't need to belabor the point. Don't look at me. Don't look at me.
And he said he's not being biased. The interview guy is not being biased. I forgot his name. He feel like Monique's special was horrible. It was all this stuff built up into it. Okay, Tyler Perry did you wrong. Okay, Oprah Winfrey did you wrong. Okay, all right, now the light is on you. Go ahead. Now it's time to get on stage, do what we miss. We missed that old Monique, the Queens of Comedy. You are a legend in your own right, no matter what people say about you. Because to me, Monique, you still gonna always be a legend. Regardless if you could be a headache, you are still a legend. Cause it's shit that you done did and said when I was a kid coming up as being a comic. It's like if you were an athlete and you looked up to different athletes or you know what I'm saying? So, and I can't say like I looked up to her like, hey, I want to be like her or da 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 da. But in my era of growing up, far as females, she was one of the top dogs. Her, some more back in the 90s and shit for me growing up. Now, my Mount Rushmores was like Eddie Murphy, Martin, you know what I'm talking about? Jamie Foxx, you know what I mean? Damon Wayans, Jim Carrey. These were my people. You know what I mean? And so many more, that I looked up to. You know what I'm saying? But this is his opinion. Y'all can't get mad if he felt like Monique's special was terrible.
Now, I don't want everybody to think that I said that her comedy special was bad because he's here. I said
the reviews said it.
I said it before you guys, and the people said it.
Tell me a joke from it. You can't.
I can, that I watched it. But here's the deal. Just that I turned it on was a joke. Because it wasn't what blowing powder smoke out your titty. It wasn't Queens of Comedy, Kings of Comedy. It was like you had built up so much drama about not getting the opportunity that when you got it, it just was such a disappointment. The jokes weren't funny. It just everything about it, the creativity wasn't there.
Then we don't need to belabor the point. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Don't say I'm a hater. Why would I be a hater? I got 11 comedy specials. Mm-hmm. Come see me this weekend anywhere and see if I'm not fucking funny. Mm-hmm. See it.
Well, when do we get back to the jokes? Because like Donnell Rawlings wants to beat up Corey Holcomb.
I think that's just
Mike Epps and Shay Shay was about.
But I think that's apples and bowling balls.
Okay.
Donnell Rawlings, I work with. He makes me laugh.
He's hilarious.
Corey Holcomb is fuck.
It's a whole lot of beef going on in comedy, guys. And I just want to say salute to Monique and her daddy. Shout out to D.L. Hughley and his birthmark. And, I hope his daughter, gets better. And, with her going through therapy and all this type of stuff behind this of two grown people going through something that affected her in the end. And I hope him, D.L. Hughley, and his daughter can patch up things and get back to that better place. Because I know it hurt the bullshit out of me when I got two daughters and a son. But it's like something, with your girls. It's like, you know what I mean? My girl. It's a female that look like you, but a female person. You know what I mean? So I know it hurt, D.L. I know it do, dude. And like I said, I hope nothing but the best for you, and I hope nothing but the best for everybody, guys. Make sure y'all like this video and share it as well. DL Hughley allegedly filing a lawsuit against Monique. Like I said, I had to do homework to see why, if he really would go through with this, because y'all know it's always a lot of rumors and different things going on. But I react to rumors. I react to shit that's already out. That's facts. I react to it all. You know what I mean? And I just give my opinion on it. And I'm feeling like if he go through with this lawsuit far as defamation and the fact that it ruined, like it affected his daughter, he probably could win, you know what I mean, on the strength of if they hear about what his daughter's going through, and she's going to have medical records and different things to prove that she went through like emotional distress or whatever. So I don't know if they'll ever patch it up. Doesn't sound like it. But I appreciate you all, and stay tuned for the next episode of Surviving the Industry. Surviving the Industry.